covenant.
Yewo Abraham apam no ene nyame sade eye Moses apam no so ebaaye.
So the Abrahamic covenant for that blessing, they don't need to do anything to please me. Let them only circumcise every male born that comes out of the womb.
Na aye Abraham apam ne de na eye twati apam into bema biara obefini na ye maba bia na wo se yetwanitia.
But in the Mosaic covenant, everybody who wants to enjoy must obey a certain set of laws. Thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that. Certain set of rules or laws were given through Moses for anyone who wishes to relate with that covenant and enjoy its profitability to obey or follow. And laws were given.
Na Moses apam ne de eye mransem na ne de amane se obi biara wasa o manimu no woni sa mransem ne so.
And then they were also given daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly sacrifices.
Na afenso ewo da biara na wotwe biara ne bosume ne afi biara eye aforebo a wona wo so mobo.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So if you come to church those days, you need to bring a cow. Bring a sheep. Bring a dove for the poor. Okay? God made room for the poor to also enjoy that covenant. You know, the doves were not for sale. You see? So the poor were also made to be partakers of that covenant by offering a dove which was not for sale. So you wouldn't say because you are poor you will never give any sacrifice. Whether you are rich or poor, a sacrifice was required per God's nature for anyone who wants to be a partaker of this kind of covenant to receive the blessings thereof. And then it was also a covenant that gave them priesthood. In the case of the Abrahamic covenant, there was no priest. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
Hello?
Hi.
Are you following me?
Yes.
I need you to follow me carefully because I'm bringing you somewhere. If you don't catch this one, you miss what I'm going to teach. Are you with me? So it didn't have a priest. In the Abrahamic covenant, there was no priest. Abraham was only a patriarch. He wasn't a pastor. He wasn't a man of God. He was the first Christian, the first church, the first everything. He didn't really ever learn to communicate with God by offering sacrifices on behalf of others. If he did at all, he only offered for himself and what he wanted from God as a principle enacted by God.
Na Abraham apanu ni die no so fupon bia ni honom ono na nyame frɛ ne kane enti no na oye bibia.
And these priests were the ones who were given the mandate to administer sacrifices on behalf of the people who wanted to be partakers of this Mosaic or Old Covenant blessings.
Na Moses abrena na wa sofo ni de won na no gira nipa nanim na won bo afore na mo de afore ni koma nyame e wo mo afa.
Then again it gave them promises of the mandate to administer sacrifices Mosaic.
Na won bo afore na mo de afore ni koma nyame e wo mo afa.
Then again it gave blessings, victory,
and abundance.
Promises were promises of abundance, victory, and blessings. If you obey the Lord, these things will come your way. If you don't, certain consequences of evil or curses will follow you.
Enti Moses se emra no ende na ya pama edi nhyira edi yedie eni mpagya edi bre wo mu na so wani sunso a en ho so no me e wo ho.
And most of us are still confused. In the area of covenants, we don't know the difference between this covenant and the new covenant, and we are still dwelling in the old covenant or the Mosaic covenant, where if a person does not obey certain rules, curses will follow them. Do you understand that? We are still dwelling in that kind of covenant.
That's why
How many of you have seen people that are blessed but they are not living righteous life? So in the new covenant, one can be blessed without necessarily obeying any set of rules. But in the Mosaic covenant, if you break one law, you are broken all. The one that said thou shalt not steal, the one that said thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, and thou shalt what? Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not steal. Jesus summarized them all as one, calling it the law of love. Because if I love you, I will not steal what is yours. And if I love you, I will not covet thy wife. You see that? Thou shalt love he said, thou shalt not serve any other God beside me. If you love, you will not serve another God beside the living God. So love was the summary of all that law. So the death of Jesus summarized all the thou shalt not as one, calling it love. That's why Jesus said, a new commandment on the cross. He told John, he said, a new commandment I give you all. A new commandment, that thou love one another. So after the resurrection, we are not supposed to obey the laws of Moses or walk in the old covenant. We are supposed to walk in the new covenant by which you are supposed to love. So the summary of the law for us is love.
Amen. And yes, who sorry nature no yendi Moses mbra no so biom ni nyina ne say yesu say yemedo do ye ho enti ni nyina ne mbra ni nyina na yesu.
The Bible says he who love fulfills the law.
Os di odo bia no na se wadi mbra ni nyina so.
Who love fulfill the law.
Do odo bia no owo odo bia no wadi mbra ne so.
So in this New Testament, I don't need to obey any law.
Enti sa pam foforo yi ehu hia se medi mbra bia so.
Are you people with me in the church?
Oh yeah.
The obedience to loving others and loving God summarizes the law in you. So you are a walking law and a living constitution for humanity.
To say wo aye odoma wunua ewo manyame a na aye mbra ni nyina na wadi so no.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
So you are not ordinary, you are a summary of the law.
Enti wo de ye bo tofa na se wugina ho ma
obi a odo no oye mbra no tofa. Ya bombra ni nyina tofa. And ye di asiu so. Enti wo ye mbra wo te ase.
Sir.
Please get it.
Yeah.
So Satan cannot violate you.
It was for to me and say
sin cannot violate you.
Oh, yare and
sickness cannot violate you.
Yare and me say
you are a living constitution and a living law. You rule. Are you here with me?
Yes.
And then this same Old Testament promised them a Messiah. Old Covenant promised them a Messiah. So the Jews have been waiting for a Messiah who will come and save them from their enemies. For many years now. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Genesis 22 verse 17. Genesis 22 verse 17. The person will relax it because I'm going to be saying very deep thing. Very soon I'll bring you home. That in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed.